Welcome to the PFS podcast with Evan, Drew, Matt, and Pat.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the PFS podcast, week 14, top 10 edition. Let's go.
Are you not
Yo, yo, yo.
entertained?
We are your PFS team. My name is Evan,
My name's Drew.
I'm Pat.
Matt.
and we got a great show planned for you guys today. We're going to be
Nice.
diving into our top 10 lists once again. So why don't we dive right into that? Make sure you check out our week 14 recap video. Should have been posted the other day.
You said dive into it.
Yeah. That's a good one. We have families watching this. They're just sitting down to dinner. Jesus.
What is it?
All right. Let's get right into it. Pat, you are up first, my man.
All right.
All right, Patrick.
So, number one, I've got the Los Angeles Rams. I think the other week against the Panthers, I think that was kind of an abnormality, and they showed that with a pretty convincing win. So, I like their offense. I like their coach. There's a lot I like about this team. I think they're the best team in football, so I've got them back in the one spot after a 1 week hiatus. Number two, I've got the Seahawks. They also had a pretty sound win over the Falcons. Again, there's just a lot like about really kind of same things I said about the Rams. I think a lot of that applies to the Seahawks. And then number three, I've got the Patriots. I don't know. I feel a little bit bad moving them down a couple spots just because they're on a bye week, but I liked what I saw from the other guys ahead of them. I still think they're a force to be reckoned with. They're playing some of their best ball of the year, I think. Right now, they're really rounding the form coming out of Thanksgiving. Four, I've got Denver. No changes there. Solid defense. I think they'll be in the mix in the AFC for sure at the end of the year. Green Bay, I have at 5. That was an okay win against a mediocre Bears team. But yeah, they kind of have a stranglehold on the NFC North now. So I got them staying pat at 5.
Oops.
Off the down.
Number 6, I've got the Niners. Again, that's another team that's been there before. They're kind of getting guys back. They're getting healthier. I'm a huge Shanahan fan.
Tell them.
They're kind of it's a shame they're in the NFC West just because, I've got my top 2 teams on here, but I'm a very big Niners believer. 7, I've got Houston Texans. They had a huge win on Sunday Night Football. Boy, that defense is just dominant, and defense travels and it plays well wherever, any time of year, wherever. So I think there's some things I liked about the offense. Stroud, it wasn't a great showing, but I'm expecting that to get better down the stretch too. Number 8, I've got the Jags.
Them boys.
Them boys. Yeah.
Woman.
Yeah, they had a huge win over division rival. Currently in first place in the AFC South, which is looking like a much, much stronger division than anyone thought at the beginning of the year. But Liam Cohen's done a great job with this team, I think. They'll also make some noise come playoff time. Number 9, I've got the Buffalo Bills. Good win over the Bengals. It took some, defense made a couple of really, really key stands there at the end, but Josh Allen's just playing on another level right now, and when they're on, they are on. So I've got them at number 9. And then number 10, the Detroit Lions. Offense looked really, really good Thursday night, I thought. That was a can't-lose game, and they had a convincing win against not them boys, but the Dallas Cowboys.
Indeed.
All right. Cool. We can move into mine. This week, we're going to do things a little differently. We're all going to go through our list, and then we're going to get into our conversations after. So I, unlike Pat, kept the Patriots at my 1 because I don't punish teams for having a bye week.
You punish them heavy.
I moved the Rams over the Seahawks. They're already way too B for me, and I think the Rams had a slightly better win than the Seahawks. The Seahawks game, I was a little nervous around halftime if they're gonna pull that one out, but defense stepped up. Then I had the Broncos, who I think I've had at 4 for like 3 or 4 weeks now. They didn't have a bad showing, but, like, they didn't show me anything new to put them above the teams in front of them, so, they did give up a touchdown to Kenny Pickett, though, which was interesting. Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett. Then I had the Texans at 5. Like Pat said, defense travels. I know we aren't sure about the Chiefs this year, but I don't know. They've been showing me something the last, I think they won 5 in a row or something. That's a good run right there. We'll see what they got left in the tank the rest of this season. Then the Packers at 6. Good win over the Bears. Think that game could have gone either way, but they pulled it out, so they hopped the Bears. Then I had the Bills. I moved them up 1 spot. Good one over Cincinnati. You still got to worry a little bit about their defense, and they don't really have too many offensive weapons either. But when you got Josh Allen, you got a chance. I think there's some value in Josh Allen for MVP as well. I know it's been May and Stafford for so long, but if he somehow manages to grab this division from New England, I think you can definitely give him a shot for that. So Buffalo at 7. I had the Bears. Like I said, I thought that game could have gone either way. They lost, though, so they have to drop down a little bit. Then I have the Jags moving up 1 spot to 9. Another good win. They beat the Colts, probably ending their division hopes right there, making it a 2-team race. And then I put the 49ers in my list because I had the Eagles drop out. So 49ers at 10, even though they didn't play this week. And that is my list.
All right, a little bit of the same for me. Patriots still at the number 1 slot. Honestly, if I did it based on what I liked and didn't think it was too bad to punish the Patriots based on the fact that they had a bye week, I would have moved them out of the number 1 slot. But since they didn't play this week, I felt like that wasn't right because sometimes you just got to beat the man. And they were the man and they didn't lose. So at that point, I got to keep them at number 1. Number 2 are the Rams. Really like how they're looking. Big bounce back against the Cardinals, who at times have been a really tough team to face in some of these games, staying around. Their offense isn't as bad as some of the other garbage teams that teams are beating up on right now. And their defense is kind of suspect at best. But whatever. Win's a win. Seahawks stay the same. I don't think they've done anything to prove that they're better than the Rams, and losing the head-to-head, I think, keeps them kind of in the same spot. Then next I have the Broncos. The Broncos, I feel like I only have them this high based on their record because they get the job done in some of the games. But I feel a lot worse about them than having them at number 4. But, when you're winning the games, can't knock you too much. After that, Green Bay. Really like what I saw out of them. Bears, I think, are a very solid team, especially even going forward. Not mad about how the Bears played either, but good win for Green Bay. Got to win the divisional ones coming down the stretch. Toyota-thon right now, so they got the best quarterback in the league. Big ups for Jordan Love during Toyota-thon. Next, I got the Houston Texans. Really love the defense. Offense does their job. Defense just seems to suffocate everyone. They held Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes to combine 0 touchdowns and 7 interceptions during the games they played against both of them this season, which is kind of insane when you're talking about 2 of the best quarterbacks in the league. And honestly, I think the 2 best quarterbacks in the league. Super impressive stuff. Then I got the Bears dropping out of the 5 slot down to 7. Didn't want to punish them too much, but couldn't keep them where they were because they lost. But honestly, like what I saw, kept it to a 1 score game, and honestly a 1 play game. If Caleb Williams throws some air underneath that ball or throws it way earlier, that's a touchdown and you're going for 2 or taking it to overtime, and I like your odds. Honestly, that's the problem with the Bears, though, is at the end of the day, they're kind of still fighting to get past the quarterback play versus the quarterback elevating the team during the whole course of the game, which is why I can't have them higher on the list because that's why they lost. Next, the Bills. Superman's returned. Josh Allen, that guy. Just watching him and Joe Burrow play, I know that the Bengals haven't been a great team all season, but with Joe Burrow at the helm, that's an awesome team. The defense stepped up when they needed to for the Bills, making them move up for me to number 8. Then I got the Niners on the list. Honestly, between them and the Jags, I'm kind of torn on it. When I was making the list, I liked them above the Jags. When I'm looking at it right now, I really don't like them above the Jags. So if I were to switch them right now, I'd put the Jags above them
I
just because the
despise
Jags
you.
did get a good win. That makes them, I think, go up. But I put them on my list at 9. Honestly, I kind of think that they're right in the same tier, but just goes on the vibes. When I made the list, the vibes was the 49ers, but right now I think the vibes is the Jags, so I'd audible that one right now. And that's my top 10.
That's atrocious. Okay, that was pretty quick, but I'll get right into it. I have the same top 4, so I'll get through it quick. New England had them at 1 last week. They had a bye week. I'm not going to punish them. Keep them at 1. Do I think they're the favorites for the Super Bowl? No, but they're my
Balance
number
for
1 team as of right now. That's not what the list is about. Rams number 2, Seahawks number 3. It really comes down to, like Matt said, that head-to-head. They did play a few weeks ago. Obviously, the Seahawks, like Sam Darnold, threw 4 interceptions. Is that going to happen if they play again next time they play? Probably not. I don't think Seahawks are ever going to play that bad offensively again. But they did win the head-to-head, and I think they are very comparable as top teams in the league. So I'm going to have Rams at 2, Seahawks at 3. I will say Shaheed is starting to come into his own on that Seahawks team. That 100-yard kickoff return, and he got some receptions going. Love seeing that. I was very excited for that trade when it happened. 4, I got Denver. The defense is impressive. I was a little scared after the Commanders game last week, but hey, it is what it is. They beat the Raiders. There's some fiasco in that game, but talked about it last episode. The offense still a little inconsistent. I don't trust Bo Nix a ton, but hey, is what it is. They have 11 wins. That's
Yep.
something to be proud of. 4th best team in the league. Then 5, I got the 49ers still. Not going to punish them for a bye week. They're staying at 5. 5th best team in football. I'm not even going to say much more because I know we're going to talk about it afterwards, so I'm just going to leave it at that. You and Evan are outrageous. 6, we got the Houston Texans making a pretty big jump this week. Pretty big jump. That defense, they might have the best defense in the league. Like, honestly, holding the Chiefs, even though the Chiefs have been struggling this year, holding them to 10 points when, like, all their guys are healthy, getting 3 interceptions on Patrick Mahomes, that's insane. And, like, the offense is looking okay, but, like, it doesn't even need to look great when your defense is that strong. Like, if CJ Stroud just avoids unforced errors, like, they got a shot at making a run in the playoffs, and they're my 6th best team. I think since we talked about them, like, if they could make the playoffs on that first in-person pod, I don't think they've lost a game. So, yeah, they're just one of the hottest teams in football right now. 7, we got Green Bay. Had them at 8 last week. They jumped up because they beat the Bears. Like Matt said, that game really could have gone either way, in my opinion. The Bears drove down the field at the end of the game. They were trying to manage clock, so they ran it 3 times inside the red zone, or 4 times inside the red zone. 3 times, sorry. I'm being dumb. And then Caleb Williams threw an interception on 4th and 1. It was short, obviously. They really had a chance, but yeah, honestly, like some different play calls, maybe not worrying so much about the clock. The Bears probably get a touchdown there, and then I think they would have gone for 2 personally, and then good chance they win that game. But the Packers did win, so they're going to be above the Bears at 7. Then I got the Bears at 8. Like I said, close game. I think it could have gone either way. I'm not going to punish them too much, so I'm just going to put them right below the Packers. I still think they're really good. That running back committee is one of the best in the league at this point, in my opinion. And Caleb Williams is playing okay. Defense is getting better throughout the year. Still not great, though. And then we got the Bills at 9. Josh Allen starting to look good again. And that defense really won them the game against a tough Bengals team with Joe Burrow back, who's playing like one of the best teams in the league, in my opinion. Watching that game in the snow was electric. It felt like I was watching a playoff game. The only thing I wanted to see more was Jameis playing some snow. But yeah, bet if the Bills defense can play like that every week, like they did at that end of the game, that's something. That's something. Then I'm going to move them boys onto the list at 10. Like I said last week, they're nowhere near the 49ers, but I still think them boys are a good team. Trevor Lawrence is having a great year for Trevor Lawrence compared to his prior years. And they got a good running back committee too there with ETN and Bashal Tuden. The defense, kind of similar to the Bears. It's serviceable. Nothing special, but they're playing well. They're beating the guys in front of them, and that's all you can ask. Probably going to make the playoffs, win that division. Yeah, that's my list.
So where I I don't know if I want to start with Drew. We don't have to get right into that. But I want to ask Pat why he dropped the Patriots 2 spots on a bye.
Recency bias is a real thing. And, in all honesty, after last week, I had the Rams drop down just because they had lost.
Just because they lost.
Well, yeah,
They
but
lost to a team not on your list.
I only dropped the Rams because they
the
lost.
Panthers aren't a bad team. So, I don't know, maybe you guys disagree, but I always thought that the Rams were better than the Patriots. I couldn't justify keeping them
The
at
Rams
1
are better than the
because
Patriots.
yeah, so that's why I have them at 1 on my power ranking. And I think I liked what I saw out of Seattle. I mean, you said it, there was a tighter first half, but second half they put that Falcons team away. So I kind of trust both those teams more than the Patriots. I mean, at the end of the day, they have a pretty green quarterback, and I like the Seattle defense. I like their offense better. I just think right now, if you try the Patriots against either of those two teams, I think they lose both those games.
Yeah, I feel like the Patriots really haven't been I haven't really seen a big test from them yet. So it's really hard to gauge how good they are at football, and the lack of experience from Drake May. And it's just
Okay, but
it's
we're
scary.
comparing Drake May to Sam Darnold. If that's the case, give me Drake May.
Yeah.
I
I'd put
don't
Stafford
even
over
know.
him.
If that's the deciding factor, what experience does Sam
Well,
Darnold
no,
have?
but
at
if
a
we're
big
saying
level?
who's the better quarterback, it's obviously Drake May. But if you're
Yeah.
telling me Seahawks versus Patriots, I'm probably taking
No,
Seahawks.
no.
I like the
I
Seahawks
think
better.
I'm not disagreeing with you. All I'm saying is if we're going to talk about comparing the two in experience, or if we're going to make experience at the quarterback decision a decision-making factor, then I would think that gives the edge to the Patriots, which honestly, while I have them at number 1, I kind of don't hate the idea that the Rams and Seahawks might be better than them
Yeah.
if they just matched up and played, which, I mean, might be a flaw with all of our lists. But at the same time, if they're sitting on a bye week, then it seems, I don't know. It's kind
No,
of
I
the
feel like
Rams have lost way more recently than the Patriots have.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the three of
I
us
always
excluding
thought that it's a tight gap between those three. I think they're kind of head and shoulders above the rest of them, but I always really thought the Rams were a better team than the Patriots. And I'm liking what I'm seeing now of Seattle's offense. I think as a whole they have a much better offense than the Patriots. They've got some guys on that offensive side, and
I would say what gives Seattle maybe an edge would be their defense.
Yeah.
Their
well,
defense
I
has
think
been
that's better too.
insane.
Yeah,
They're a top
And
5
they're,
unit for sure.
yeah,
I think,
think
I think
they're
their
yeah. That's
skill
what I'm
position
also better.
players. I think it's their skill position players and their defense. But when you get down to the quarterback room, which makes a big change, Drake May, I think, is exponentially better than Sam
But
Darnold.
we know
I
what to
agree
expect
with
from
that.
Drake or Sam Darnold. That's kind of what I'm saying. Yes, Drake May is the better quarterback. I'd take him over there. But we've seen Sam Darnold in these big situations. We know what to expect from him. Drake May, let's just be honest, they've had a pretty easy schedule this year. Obviously, they're having a phenomenal year. He's playing like an MVP, but I still haven't seen him in a really tough test yet.
Yes, but we've seen Sam Darnold and he's been bad.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I know what to expect from Sam Darnold, but the Seahawks defense is so good, and I think their offense as a whole is still slightly better than the Patriots.
I agree.
And I can rank the Seahawks knowing Sam Darnold's experience, knowing that when he gets to the playoffs, he might crumble, knowing that when they play some of these tougher teams, he might want to have one of those games where he throws 4 interceptions. I know I can expect that, but the Seahawks have also showed me, hey, if Sam Darnold blows up, we're still going to be able to keep this game close and have a field goal to beat the best team in the league at the end of the game when our quarterback threw 4
Second
interceptions.
best team in the league.
Not
Well,
for
I
me,
feel
they're
like the
not.
three of us, correct me if I'm wrong, but I kind of agree with that. I think the Rams and Seahawks are both better than the Patriots, but just with how we do the lists and the teams that have had more recent losses, I have the Patriots at 1. But if you
These
ask
aren't
me,
standings. These are your opinions. You should have put the Rams at 1.
we have a process here. We have a process here. I'm not just
We're
gonna
not allowed to talk about it. We're not allowed to talk about it.
I'm not just gonna punish the Patriots for going on a bye week. But
And I think you guys are forgetting the Rams just lost.
All right. Yeah, but
yeah,
Like,
that
I
was
understand
that
it's
was
the
a
Panthers,
weird
the
game.
Panthers.
That was a
The
weird
Panthers
game.
weren't a top 10 team.
They're not a bad team, though. They're not like the Panthers of the past 5 years. This is a different Panthers team.
No.
Yeah, but it's still a loss, and when you're supposed to be the best team in the league, you're not supposed to lose that one.
It's the
Yeah, exactly.
NFL.
The Patriots
Stafford had
haven't
a
had a
bad
loss like that.
game. I'm not worried about are you guys worried about the Rams because of that loss?
No, but
No.
I think the fact that they lost a game like that and the Patriots haven't lost a game like that and Drake May hasn't played a game like that makes me think that the Patriots are better right now.
There's a reason we all had them at 1 last week, and that's because the Rams had a loss.
Yeah, and then the
Yeah.
Rams won.
And the Patriots don't.
Did the Patriots win
Okay.
this week?
New
So
England
then we
didn't
just
lose.
forget the fact that they lost.
Well,
The
the Rams
Patriots
just
didn't
lost.
lose this week. I think they were 1-0 against the bye, actually. I think the Patriots won the bye.
I just
even
think that if
though
you
I
stack the
think the
two
Rams
teams up,
might be better.
I think if you stack the two teams up, it's
What that?
Rams are significantly better than the Patriots. That's why I've got them at 1 and the Patriots at 3.
That's
fair.
not even the most atrocious thing about your list. The most atrocious thing
agree.
about your list is not having the Chicago Bears on there.
The
Yeah, that's
Bears-
crazy. That's crazy.
Let me get into this. They can
Like
they can win.
I knew you were expecting. You have the Lions on there.
The Lions are better than the Bears.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. Are you kidding me?
Why?
Their offense is significantly better, I think. Yeah, they both lost by a touchdown.
You just played the Cowboys. Why are we acting like that was a hard defense?
No, but the
That was
Bears,
a hot
the Bears
Cowboys
were
team.
like one play away from winning that game.
Yeah, but they
Not
they
their
don't have a
defense.
quarterback.
It was a good
You
win,
can't-
but like
No, this is
not
how the
making them a
Bears.
top 10 team again.
The Bears have the Bears.
They're
can
still
win
outside
one
of
game.
the
buffering, so
playoff
he
hunt
can't
right now.
fight back.
Yeah, he's had such a delay.
Am I? What about now? Ball. I don't like their defense, and I don't like their quarterback really at all. I think Matt
The
alluded to it.
Bears
I
have
think
like the same defense you guys have.
yeah, and
I'd say the Bears
that's
have
what
a
I'm
better
saying. I like
defense
our
than the
offense
Lions.
much better than the Bears' offense, and the Lions won by like 30 points when they last
What?
played, and the Bears have one more win. I don't
I was
know
like
why
week
against.
2.
Yeah, dude. The Bears haven't found themselves at all.
Oh my gosh, they haven't found them. So I don't care.
The Bears didn't even establish their running game like that until like 5 weeks ago. And that's
Week
what's like
2
really
Week
propelled them
2
up.
with a new coach is very different.
I don't know. There's a 1-game difference, and there's a lot more like about the Lions. Lions have better.
Well,
Well,
I
yeah.
think the biggest problem with comparing the two teams is honestly, I don't think the defenses are that different because the Bears will make splash plays.
Bears
think-
defense probably is better. I agree with Evan. But it's
Oh
like
come on!
neck and neck.
It's garbage versus garbage.
They lead the league in interceptions.
Yeah,
Lions
the splash
defense
plays
is
makes the
trash
difference.
probably because of injuries. But
If they're
your
not getting
defense sucks.
turnovers, then they're not really getting stops. That's kind of been their formula all year.
But
they
they're
are
getting turnovers.
turnovers.
Yeah, but that well dries up pretty quickly.
They're getting turnovers, though.
Yeah. And it's not getting turnovers.
Well, it's been a
Well,
while.
It hasn't yet.
It's been a lot
No,
of
we-
weeks.
Week 14.
Yeah.
Week 18,
Pat, just
Lions.
tell me where
they're like probably somewhere around that 13, 14
we have
range.
power rankings. Tell me what number you have the Bears. If you
You have
have
the
it.
number listed it.
Yeah, I said probably like 13,
You
14,
mounted a
somewhere around
number
there.
next to it.
I just went down the
Oh
line.
my god. You're such a
That's
hater.
crazy.
I don't think they're that good. I really don't.
that's
Their
insane.
quarterback, most
He has them at
important
12.
position
He
in
has them at
sports,
12.
quarterback. I don't trust their quarterback at all. I don't know about you guys. I don't think he's that good. He's thrown for
I don't trust your quarterback.
so all right.
What? Your quarterback can't handle pressure.
I trust golf more
Yeah,
than Williams, but
that's
I don't trust either one of them, though.
yeah. Golf is actually a
Jared
good
Goff
quarterback.
getting pressured is actually a cupcake.
Pat, I will say you need
Let's
to
see
give
what happens when he
Williams
gets
some credit.
pressured.
Give him some credit. He's having a pretty good year.
Caleb Williams.
Not against
Yeah, but-
pressure.
Yeah, Williams
If
is
he-
having a pretty
if
good
he-
year.
Oh, yeah.
Jared
Yeah,
Goff
if
is
he-
having a bad year. We can agree on that.
Jared Goff is top 5 in passing yards right now, and he's
Yeah, okay,
probably
yeah,
top
that's
5 in
because-
Yak
touchdowns.
Merchant.
He has to throw
Yak
it constantly.
Merchant.
What?
Passing yards doesn't really impress me. You give up
Hey,
a lot
well,
of points. Jameis Winston had like 5,000 passing yards when they
He's not
suck.
you know what?
having.
You know what?
Goff is not having that bad of a
right.
year.
Caleb
He's
Williams
not
is a
having
better
that bad a year,
quarterback
but he's
because
not
he
having a
can
great
hand the
year.
ball off.
No, Jared Goff is the better quarterback, but Jared Goff is
Yes.
not having a great year.
He is having a pretty
Jared
good
Goff
year if you
can't
look at
handle
it.
pressure.
Yes, he can.
No, he cannot.
Yeah, he can. The other,
No, he
well,
can't.
I don't know.
No, he
I
can't.
mean,
Yeah, he can.
last year he was like, this was last year, and you guys are going to jump down my throat for this, but last year he was
Yeah,
like
'cause it's not
the
this
best
year.
against the blitz.
Because
don't
you
know.
had the best offensive line in the league. You literally had the best offensive line in the league. That's why he was good against the blitz. This year he's getting blitzed. The offensive line is ass, and he's playing like dog crap against the
He's-
blitz. You played the
he's
Cowboys and
not.
put up 44 points. They have no pass rush. You're going against Jadeveon Clowney.
Damn.
If you watch that
yeah.
game, they're winning these games off of Goff's arm. They're not really running the ball all that good. It's Goff throwing it,
You heard of
airing it out.
Jahmyr
Against, have you heard of against no pressure? Have you heard of Jahmyr Gibbs? Have you heard of yards after catch?
Jahmyr Gibbs has
Like-
like 9 of your touchdowns in your last 3 wins.
What
He
was that?
throws like a 5-yard pass, and it's a 50-yard touchdown.
So that's a good. All right, that's even more of an argument for the Lions as a whole. Then I mean,
Jahmyr Gibbs is carrying.
okay, you guys you don't even watch the Lions games. I don't think.
We do.
Watch the whole
Sadly,
game.
we do.
we all were
I
there
don't think
watching.
you do.
Yes. We literally acted. Yes, we all watched
I'll
it
tell you,
together.
I watch the Bears. I watch Caleb Williams hand the ball off 30 times and throw for 120 yards every week.
If it works, it works. Do what
They're
you
called
do.
good coaches.
They're also playing in
why are
Green
you guys
Bay.
like hopping on Goff for having help and then Caleb
I don't
Williams?
even
If
know
it works, it works.
I don't even know how we got on the Goff versus Williams debate.
I don't know. I was going down the list. So
If you
I
if
think
you
the
have the
Lions-
Lions on there, whatever, but not having the Bears on there is
I don't think the Bears are that
Yes.
good.
The
I
bigger
think the
deal.
Bears are going to miss the playoffs.
I think Evan just summed it up perfectly. I think yes, you don't like the Bears. You have your opinions. Division rival, obviously. We think they should be on the list. The Lions can be on the list, but the Bears need to be on the list. That's basically what it
don't
comes down.
I don't know. I mean, they beat the Eagles. That was their good win, but other than that, they beat up on a lot of cupcakes.
What's your good win?
Let's see. Let me go
Yeah.
down the line.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
the
All right, well,
Cowboys.
Cowboys, Bucks, Ravens. That was a good
Whoa.
one. That was the Ravens
Well,
before
boy,
we
some
broke
top
them.
10 teams there. Where are they
Yeah,
on this?
well,
Real good top 10s.
I
all
think
right.
all three
Bears
of
are
those
gonna
teams.
when the Bears miss the playoffs. So you guys apologize to me.
The Bears
No.
can't miss the playoffs.
Yeah, they actually can very easily if you look at their schedule.
Very easily? No way.
Yeah, very easily. They have the
Who's the good-
Browns, Niners, Packers, Lions.
They're going to beat the Browns, and then they're good. And they're going to beat the
No,
Lions.
they're not. They're only up one game on the Lions. If they can easily.
They're going to blow you guys out of the water.
Okay. All right.
So let's move
Who do
on.
the,
Let's
who
move
do the
on. There's
Lions have?
A lot of lists.
The
to do.
Lions have Rams, tough one. Then there's the Vikings, end the season with the Bears, and I am missing one more team.
They play the Steelers after the Rams.
Steelers, that's
Oh.
right.
Gauntlet. Okay, let's move on here.
Lions
Yeah.
control their own destiny.
Yeah, no, not really.
Yeah,
If
Yeah,
the if
yeah.
the Bears
Bears to
if the
lose.
Bears win out, they don't.
Yeah. That's
Well,
not
yeah,
control
but the
your own
Bears
destiny.
winning out involves them beating the Lions. So if the Lions win that game, then
Mhm.
All right. Good luck against the Rams this week, man.
Yeah,
they're
you
probably
gotta-
going to lose that game and they'll be out. But
and
I
then you
think-
won't control your destiny.
No, they still will. They'll have the tiebreaker. over the-
No,
The-
because you
the
guys
Bears,
need to
the
pick
Bears
up.
are the Bears are losing at least one more game other than the Lions. That's a fact.
They're not going to lose to the Lions, so it doesn't even matter.
They might. How can you say that? They lost by 30 points last time.
Dude,
I don't
I
think
don't
they were
care.
exploring
Started the
themselves
year.
or whatever.
They're a different team. They found themselves.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're so
Caleb was exploring his teammates.
explored themselves.
You're right.
Okay, let's get off this topic. I've heard enough about the Bears. Honestly, I feel like the rest of our lists look pretty similar. It really just comes down
Yeah.
to the 49ers. Like, I don't have
Yeah.
any problems with anyone else's list except the 49ers. I don't know if we want to get into like another big
I
debate.
mean,
Maybe we
your
just touch
problem
on it.
your problem with my list was that I didn't have the 49ers on my list. So here they are.
Yeah, but now my problem is they're not high enough.
If you
They
give
didn't
them
show
else a
me
cookie.
anything this
It's
week.
a two-step plan. You're on step one.
They didn't show me anything this week. They're on bye.
Evan, That's fair. But they've showed you stuff before. And I just
All
don't
right.
like you guys' arguments. I listened back to
I
the
have-
pod. You two sounded like you were lunatics.
Are you smoking? You
No,
smoking
no.
crack?
I wish I was when I was listening to that pod because it was hard listening to you two defend that point.
I think they're too similar of teams to have that big of a gap between them. If you look at how they're playing and you look at their schedules and everything like that, I don't think it's that big of a difference.
Hey,
I really think it's like A and B type of thing, not 5 or 6 versus like
And
10.
you know what, Matt? I don't even
They're-
have a problem with your list because you got the 49ers above the Jags. Good man. It just
Yeah,
comes
but I
down.
don't think I believe that.
No,
kinda
you
want
do.
that
You do.
bet.
You're trying to
no.
rage bait. You know the 49ers are better. We got one, Pat.
don't
We
think so.
In
So-
your
ran
heart
on
of hearts, you know the
No.
Niners are better.
The Jags,
Honestly, the more I'm
Jags
thinking
just
about
added
it,
another good win.
No, Matt, just admit you listened to the pod.
they
You
had to
said
hurt-
Pat and
they
Drew
had to
raised some
injure to
good
win.
points. Pat and Drew raised some good points. We're gonna move the 49ers
No,
on up.
but the offense looks a lot better with Jacoby Myers, and I think that honestly makes a big difference. It frees up
does.
Trevor Lawrence in the passing game. It gives him a safe target to get rid of some of the bonehead plays. And really, now that I'm looking at it and saying it back out loud to myself, if I were to do this list again, I'd never put the 49ers above the
I
Jags.
don't believe you. Okay, if we're gonna have the Goff versus Williams debate when Goff is clearly a better quarterback, I do want to hear. Would you rather have Brock Purdy or Trevor Lawrence this year,
On
leading you into the playoffs?
Yeah, and Trevor
Jeez.
Lawrence.
Yeah,
well,
they're
you're
both-
saying
Trevor Lawrence.
you're saying they're such similar teams. So just tell me which
I think
quarterback.
I think
yeah.
Trevor Lawrence is a better quarterback than
I would
Brock Purdy.
rather
Okay. I'd much rather have Brock Purdy. I think
I would
you're
rather
crazy.
Trevor Lawrence.
You're
Trevor
Yeah,
Lawrence
what?
on the 49ers would
I-
be
Brock Purdy's already
insane.
proven that he can
Brock
perform
Purdy
these
on the
playoff
Jaguars
games.
would be bad.
Well,
On the
I'll say this.
49ers.
I'll say
Okay,
this.
would
I
you-
think
Let's say it's the 49ers then.
Then I take Trevor Lawrence.
You're crazy.
How is that crazy?
Trevor Lawrence cannot play in that system.
Are you-
okay,
What?
hang on.
Why?
Dude,
Yeah,
you're
I
fucking
get
delusional.
so I'll agree with you guys. I think Lawrence is probably a better quarterback.
He's more talented.
I like Shanahan has a great system going on there, but let's also not act like Liam Cohen is some slouch. He's also got
No,
a
I
good thing
know.
going
No.
on there.
And
But
their
yeah.
offense is playing great.
Yes, yeah. So I don't think it's I don't think Brock Purdy would be helpless in the Jags offense, but
I didn't say that.
No, I know. I'm just saying I agree. I think this is kind of a silly argument almost. They're both
Yeah.
I would take Lawrence, but they're both in good offenses. They're both in good situations.
Yeah.
They got good systems with them.
I'd rather have Purdy. I trust him more. That's just me though. But yeah, they are similar.
But Drew, that just makes no logical sense. You trust him more. Why? Because he's been in Shanahan's offense and you've seen the results of that versus Trevor Lawrence that's had 3 or 4 different head coaches. One being Urban Meyer.
Exactly. He won
We
the national
also-
championship multiple.
We saw Mac Jones be just as successful in that offense as Brock Purdy.
Yeah, no. Shanahan has a great system,
You
but
saw
Purdy,
Jimmy Garoppolo look like an all-star in that.
Purdy has
offense.
proven that he can perform in that system, and I'd rather have him. If
Even
you-
on the
if you
Jaguars?
told me on the 49ers, if I'm on the 49ers, I can make a trade for Trevor Lawrence 1-for-1, I would probably keep it as is.
First of all,
How
I don't
about-
think that's a good take. But that's not even the question. If you could
That's my
draft
truth, Matt.
either-
That's my truth.
Yeah, it's not a good truth. But if you could draft either quarterback to put on whatever team you wanted, right? You're building a team from scratch. You got to pick a quarterback. Which quarterback are you taking?
I'm a big Trevor Lawrence hater. That's my thing. I think he is one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the league, but he is playing a lot better this year. But
I don't even think he's
when you're
overrated.
drafting a quarterback, do you want to be like, oh, this guy's going to be good in 7 years? Just hold on.
If you watch Trevor Lawrence play football, I don't think you're watching the games, honestly. Because when you watch him play football, he makes a couple bonehead mistakes, but honestly, improves the offense a lot. He hits guys in their hands.
This year,
And last year,
Brian
I don't think
Thomas
you- I don't
had
think you've watched him throughout
1,500
the course
yards
of his
last
career.
year.
I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I didn't get much film on him in the last few years because I'd see him throw 8 interceptions in the first half, and I'd be like, okay, let's move on. But yeah,
we're not
get
getting
the guys in the
we're not
hands.
getting anywhere
in the
here.
draft situation, if I was drafting, yeah, I'd probably take Trevor Lawrence just because he's more talented on any team. But I like Brock Purdy more. in his situation.
I mean, that just proves that your whole thing that you're
think-
saying is off.
Well, you're
I think
acting like
putting
Trevor
the-
Lawrence is God's gift to football, which he's just
I'm not saying that. I'm saying he's exponentially better than you're giving him credit for. You're treating him as if he's a bottom 5 quarterback in the league.
Well, I'm giving him plenty of credit. Brock Purdy's played in the Super Bowl. How about we give him some credit? Good at football.
Fact.
Mediocre.
You know how hard it's playing.
average
How many
quarterback.
Super Bowls have you played in?
How
I
many
think-
punt pass kicks have you gotten, Drew? How many times have you gotten the ball up
Oh.
through the field goals?
0, because kicking's stupid.
Drew,
What,
you
are
can't
you-
even
are you
throw the
gonna
ball to the
take Drew?
50-yard line.
Are you hoping
Okay.
Pat McAfee calls you up at a college football game day?
I am. Honestly, yeah. Drew, when you could throw the ball to the 50-yard line, you could talk to me about how many Super Bowls I played quarterback in.
If I showed
Okay,
up,
You
in
can't
okay,
even
cleats,
throw
alright,
a
alright.
vortex 50 yards,
if
Drew.
I showed up
A
in cleats, I
vortex.
could probably kick a
A
field goal.
vortex throws like a baseball. Throws like
Oh,
a
I could
baseball. Can't get a 50
Throw the
yards.
vortex further than you can do anything,
All
buddy.
right.
Okay.
I have the clip.
Yeah, it was a bad throw, asshole.
Check-
Yeah. All right.
Check the tick.
No one
Lastly,
cares, guys.
Drew, what do the 49ers have that the Texans and Packers don't have?
Yeah, honestly.
I don't think the Packers are like. I also think they're a little overrated. Like, yeah, they're a good team, but you guys, like, I think they're neck and neck with the Bears, kind of like we saw this week. Their defense it's solid. I'd probably put them around 10 defense wise, but Jordan Love,
Where are you putting the
their
49ers?
offense is inconsistent. 49ers defense wise, probably around the same spot, but I trust their offense more. I think like 49ers offense, like that's like consistent. You know what
If the
you're getting.
49ers and
Even in
the
Toyotathon?
Texans played,
Toyotathon's an unpredictable variable.
No,
if
it's
the
predictable.
49ers and the
Jordan Love's
Texans
awesome.
played, Drew, who would you pick to win?
That's literally a toss up in my mind, which kind of sums up why it's 5-6. I'd probably. That's one where it depends who's home, honestly.
How
But
about the,
I'd rock-
the 49ers and the Bills?
I'd rock
Who
with the
would you pick?
49ers. I'd pick the 49ers. Trust my boys.
It
Evan,
depends
why
what
do you
Bills
think
team you get.
situations? Just because I have the 49ers above doesn't mean I need to pick them to win every game against the teams below 'em. It's like the Bills. I had on my list at 10 last week. I picked the Bengals. Like, da.
And you got it wrong.
49ers, better team. Boom. Barely. I did not predict him to throw 2 interceptions at the line of scrimmage. I feel like this
Okay.
argument got away from me, but the 49ers
Yeah.
are better.
Anyways,
Like,
I
you
Drew,
know,
if you're
think
making that
for
argument,
it.
I think you need to talk about Shanahan more. I think he's kind of,
Yeah.
for me, he's the thing I really, really like about that team.
Well, yeah, obviously. The coaching.
But not obviously, because you didn't mention it once. in
Yeah,
your
I was going to
article.
say, you didn't really
Well,
mention
because
it hardly at all.
It's because I made that quarterback hypothetical, and then we just went down that route for 10 minutes. But yeah, Shanahan really makes that team. Brock Purdy, not a super talented quarterback, but he is performing in that system. And Shanahan has shown that multiple different quarterbacks similar to Brock Purdy can perform in that system. McCaffrey's phenomenal. He knows what he's doing. He's been there a while. He's already taken him to a Super Bowl and multiple Super Bowls. He knows how to coach that team. I'll take him over LaFleur. Yeah, I think 49ers getting all these guys back. Kittle's back. Pearsall's back. Juwan Jennings no longer hurt. Like, what else do you need? What else do you need?
15 minutes to make one competent argument. Just
Well,
got it out of
let's
it.
Without
move
15
on.
minutes. We talked
All
about
right,
Pat's
all right.
delayed shit forever. You know what, man? I got some words to you after this pod. I'm gonna come over there. I'm gonna smack you around, you little weenie.
Sweet.
Okay,
Man,
let's
man.
let's
I'm
move
not
on
cursing
to
anymore. I'm a good man.
Drew. Stop interrupting.
Oh, you know he's been interrupting me all night. This asshole.
Dude
Damn
keeps
it.
going like, it's so late. We got to make it a quick show. And then he's talking at every
He was
waking
like-
second.
You know whose fault it is, Matt's. This all comes down
Ow.
to this guy.
Okay, let's move on to our favorite part of this show, talking about you guys, our followers. Here is your list.
Ho ho! Look who's above the Jags. The better
Look how
team.
close they are.
Yeah,
Look
they
how
aren't
close
at
they are.
they aren't at 5.
I'm fine with you guys having them close. They just are better.
Wait. Guys, they have the Rams over the Patriots, even though the Patriots are on bye week. I don't understand.
Yeah, but when you have that many people voting, it's hard to.
A lot of them are right.
We can't account for the dumbasses.
Honestly, this is a really
True.
good list. This is the best list that they've come up with.
Well, the Bills
Yeah,
at
well,
6 is a little high.
Bears
Not
are
if you
way
look
high.
at
I
how
think
good
you
they're
can make
playing.
a argument for it, though.
Yeah.
You can
Like,
make an argument. This is their
When,
best list.
when they're on, they're on. I just
Yeah.
yeah,
kind of need a little more consistency out of them.
I do agree this is by far their best list.
yeah, they're getting better. Good job, guys. Well done.
Well done.
Yeah, I really don't have anything to argue with you guys because I kind of like it.
Yeah, we covered. It's pretty similar to Matt's list, honestly. I would
Hmm.
say, but
Is
like,
Matt's a sheep, maybe.
No, Matt's the leader.
Hmm.
They follow.
No,
all
no.
right. And with that,
We'll see you next time, ladies and gents.
yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check out our other video this week and keep
Was a
checking the
banger.
Instagram for more updates, more videos, more content. Yeah,
Trying to grow the page. Check out the
Yeah,
TikTok.
absolutely. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button, leave us a comment, and we will catch you next. See ya.